There was an Afghani restaurant down the street from me here. I went to it for probably 35 years or so, and it was amazing. It was that place you go to bring your friends when they came in from out of town for that special meal, because the people there were so great, and the food was outstanding. Now, one of my favorite dishes there was Aushak. Now, Aushak is a leek, no, not that type of leek, a leek dumpling, and it was so tasty, so good, and that's what we make for you today. We're going to make Aushak like a bastard.
Cook like a bastard today.
One thing I know is that dumplings are usually good, right? So we're gonna make some Afghani dumplings, and this is, as I said, called Aushak, and it's a leek dumpling. So let's walk through the ingredients right now. So we're gonna start with a leek, because it's a leek dumpling, and we have about a half pound of ground beef, 4-inch wonton skins, some pepper, salt, a little bit of oil, ground coriander, tomato paste, a medium onion. This is probably a little larger, so we're probably not going to use this whole thing. A cup of yogurt, garlic, and it is just such a great collection, and you top it all with the mint. Let's start with the leek preparation. It gets funnier every time, doesn't it? Okay, that's the last leek joke we're going to do, I guarantee you. All right, so anyhow, we're going to start with the leek, and the thing about the leek is we're going to cut off the end, and then go to about right here where the colors become a little darker green. Now, leeks are, let's not say dirty, but they're dirty little creatures. They grow in the ground. And so when we cut them open here, and then we're going to cut them again, we're going to find that there's a little bit of dirt in here, and I'm going to just go wash those out. So stand by me, and we'll be back with some clean leeks. I got about 1.5 leeks of clean leeks here. I'm going to run through my food processor. You can chop them up, but I really like how fine it gets in the food processor. And you know, we also like to use toys whenever we can here. Oh, this is one of those electric food processors. Hang on. Important tip, make sure the food processor is plugged in. Wow, what a world we live in. Anyhow, I'm going to run the leeks through here and chop them up into smaller leeks. Easy as that, we're done. So once you take your leeks out of the food processor, you're going to want to drain them, put them in a sieve and kind of press them through, or use some paper towels, but you're going to want to make them a lot more dry than they are when you're done. They're kind of leaking, so to say. So you're going to put about 3/4 of a teaspoon in here of salt, and then about 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. So we're just going to mix this up, and we're just going to set it aside. One of the most delicious parts of this is the yogurt sauce, and it's so simple. I'm going to take just a pinch of salt, put it in 1 cup of yogurt. I'm using plain Greek yogurt here. You can use regular yogurt if you want. I like the thickness of the Greek yogurt. And then I'm going to just squish a couple of cloves of garlic in there. You may say, only 2 cloves of garlic? That's so un-bastard-like. Trust me, it's enough. And if you crush your garlic, just mix it up with a spoon. The sauce is so amazing. It's so simple. That's what I love about it. This thing is just such a simple garlic sauce, and it is just so good. All right, so you're gonna let this sit for a while. That's precision time here on Cook Like a Bastard. While we let the yogurt and the leeks marinate a bit, it's a great time to start the topping. And it starts out with about 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil over medium heat. Warm that up a little bit here. And then 1 medium onion. And we're just gonna saute these until they're translucent. After about 5 minutes of sauteing the onions, you're going to want to put in a ½ pound of beef. Now I'm using 85% lean. I've tried 80. I think 85 actually works a little bit better. And now this is interesting. You want to really spend your time chopping up this meat because you want no big chunks of meat in here. So while you're browning it, you don't add any of the other ingredients. We're just making sure we chop this meat up, that it's in small little beeflets, so to speak. So after your beef is browned, you're going to take about a teaspoon or so of salt, maybe about 2/3 of a teaspoon of pepper, ½ teaspoon or so of ground coriander. Mix those in. You have 3 cloves of garlic. I'm going to crush those. Again, you know, we like the garlic here, but 3 is enough. The flavors of this, it's just so amazing how they just all complement them. You know, the first time I made this, I was thinking, well, geez, this mixture just doesn't have that much to it. And then once you mix it with the garlic and the dumplings and the leeks, you go, oh my goodness, it was like an orchestra, a complete orchestra. Put in my tomato paste. You know, some recipes have a lot of tomato in. This one, and I'm following the one from Khyber Cafe, where I learned to love this food, is only a teaspoon. I'm putting a little bit more than that in here, not much. And then 1 cup of water. Make sure the garlic gets all mixed up in there. You don't want clumps. And I'm only saying that because I saw clumps. I wanted to make sure they just disperse a little bit. You can see it's very juicy right now. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be simmering this on low for a while to cook it down, make a nice thick sauce. So I am going to move this over to a light burner on the stove over here. And fortunately, I have a sous chef scarf right here, branded CookLikeABastard. And I can carry this very easily, this hot pan, over to my stove. You can find your own sous chef scarf at CookLikeABastard.com. Our meat and onions are simmering together. Now it's time to assemble the dumplings. As I said, I am using 4-inch wonton skins. You could make your own, and that's really the way we would generally do it. But I've tried it before, and this is just so much easier and just as good. In fact, in the recipe from the Khyber Cafe, they say use wonton skins. I got that recipe posted below. You can check it out there. So lay them down. Take about a tablespoon of the leek mixture, put it in the middle, spread it out a bit. You can do some more spreading once you wrap it. Moisten the sides with some water, fold it across, do one side, and then just kind of make sure that the leek is filling up the dumpling. They're so easy and they're so good. But every time we make dumplings here on CookLikeABastard, I just feel better because, boy, dumplings are great. And it's just so fun that so many different cultures have dumplings of different varieties. And again, these are Afghani, Aushak, leek dumplings, and they are so good. Now, these are generally used for special occasions. You know, it's easy when you go to a restaurant to order them, but because of the complexity to make them, traditionally they've been reserved more for holidays. But any day we're here with CookLikeABastard is a holiday for you, isn't it? Just saying. It seems like a complicated recipe, but like most things here, like CookLikeABastard, we make them easier for you to do so you can have the experience of having your own Afghani dumplings at home. You ever thought you'd be making these? Oh, I can smell the meat mixture cooking over there, and that is very good. Oh, we are getting so close here. I have 2 inches of water boiling here, and I'm going to put my steamer baskets on here, and we're going to let this steam for about 3 to 4 minutes. Woof, that looks great. So after about a little over 4 minutes, they're here, they're ready, and they're steamed. Now comes the best part. We finally get to eat this stuff. It's been smelling so good all day. I can't wait to do it. So we start with a yogurt sauce. Remember that? We made that right away. It's the garlicky yogurt sauce. We make a base of it on the bottom of the plate. That's why the nice, thick Greek yogurt works better for here. Then we take our dumplings. You take about 5 of them in a serving and lay it on top of it. You know, be careful you get them out of that steamer, that they are terrible, and terrible, they can tear, they're not terrible. And you know, probably about 3.5 minutes, it might be right. I said 4.5, I think 3.5 might be a little bit better. Let's put these guys here. Dress this up just a little bit more. And grab this meat sauce. Oh my goodness, this is so good. I mean, I've been smelling this cook over there, and I'm going, oh my goodness, I can't wait to be doing some of the eating. So that's what the cooking's about. I mean, it's not called Eat Like a Bastard, but if we weren't eating, we wouldn't be cooking, right? Yeah. I'm gonna put the meat sauce on there, and then I've diluted a little bit of the garlic sauce here, not much, but just to make it a little more drizzly. Go on the top. This is, you know, notice I called it garlic sauce when it's, you know, really yogurt, but my goodness, the garlic just makes it happen. The yogurt's kind of just a carrier for all of the good garlic that's in here. And then we're gonna top it up with some dried mint. And I got a couple pieces of pita bread, which is so great for dipping this in. Now the part we've been waiting for, actually getting to taste it. The first thing that hits you is the nice garlic in the yogurt sauce, and then the meat comes through, followed by that delicious leek dumpling. It's really good. And why you want the pita is because it's juice. It is to die for. Wow, this is great. Just because your favorite restaurant isn't there anymore, at least we can remember it by making the food and celebrate that. Today, we made Aushak. It is a Afghani dumpling, a leek dumpling, and it is so good and really easy to make right here on Cook Like a Bastard.
He cooks like a bastard, so can you. He's not a bastard, but cooks like one too. Don't miss that little something and cook like a bastard today.